Welcome to the Dead Bedroom Revival Podcast. My name is Kuri, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. I'm excited because this could be one of those episodes that could absolutely change your life if you're in this situation. I'm not excited about the situation because I was speaking to somebody on a discovery call. They said they were desperate to get their wife back. The wife had left him 2 weeks ago, and he wanted her back. He loves her. They've been married for over 20 years, and he doesn't know what to do. And it's a terrible situation. The children are grown, so luckily they don't have young children that are staying at home. I think it's so much worse when that sort of thing happens when there's children. It's very confusing. A lot of children sort of blame themselves, even though they're not at fault. So if you're in this situation and your wife has left you, there's going to be several things that I want to take you through, and these are the same things that I took him through. And unfortunately, I think for a situation like this, you would need a period of time, a period of coaching, and I couldn't do all of that in one sitting. So hopefully we can actually arrange something and be able to schedule something for him specifically and tailor it to getting his wife back. But there's also some caveats to this. So if you're in this situation and your wife has left you, but has left you for another man, the quick answer is do not try and get her back. The moment you try and get it back, you seem weaker, you seem desperate, and it will not change your mind. Even if she was doubting herself, it solidifies that decision for her to go. So if she's left you for somebody else, like I'll put it in my situation. Let's say if, for example, my wife left me for somebody else, it would hurt like hell, and I would feel like I wasn't good enough, that she chose somebody over me. So that would be the most difficult situation. But as I speak to her, I would try and give off an air of nonchalant. So like, it's no big deal. So I would still joke around with her. I would still be civil. I would not even talk about the relationship. Would be strictly business, talking about the children and, whatever financial tie-ins that we have, will be sort of resolving that. But other than that, I would never cry in front of her. I would never beg her to come back. I would even wish them good luck with that new relationship. And what this does is actually get her to question, was she even important to you? And I know it seems like you're trying to manipulate the person to come back and so on, but what it hurts, it is so much better when you don't try and get them back, especially if they've moved on with somebody else. I think you have to cut your losses. The quicker you can cut your losses, the better. I think most guys, they feel like they can win the person back, they can recapture that love. And I mean, the moment that she's left. Now, you have to understand this before we go any further. Then, for a man to move on with another woman in society, is slightly acceptable, and it's something that it doesn't matter what culture you're in. It has happened to there's at least one person that you know in your life that has done it. But for a woman to do it, is quite frowned upon, especially with his children. And again, things might be changing now because of the way society is right now. But generally, it's quite frowned upon. If a woman has got multiple partners, it's called a slut, so the slut shamed. And it's something that they've been inbuilt so that they can avoid. So for her to actually go out and then move on with another guy, it means that she sees no future in this relationship and she doesn't respect you as a person, and you getting it back will not regain her respect. And then the other part about it is that for the actual decline of that relationship, there has to have something that would have happened. So, and again, it's not your fault, it's not her, it's just you guys do not know how to be in a relationship. So because you both don't know how to be in a relationship, the decline happens. You don't know how to communicate what's happening within the decline, or at least find yourself your way back. And some of this decline, again, within a relationship, it's kind of like climbing a mountain. So as you're climbing a mountain, I've never climbed before, but from what I hear is that sort of every 10 meters, you have to put anchor points as you go up, so that if for whatever reason you are falling, you can arrest your fall. And usually within a relationship, most people don't have these anchor points. And what these anchor points are moments where you can communicate your needs, or where you can understand that there's a shift within your relationship, and then you adjust yourself, and she adjusts herself to the relationship and how the relationship is going at that time. And usually that could be house change, job change, all these things, they change you in a certain way, and therefore it changes the relationship. And then you have to adjust your relationship to suit what's changed. But most people don't. And when they don't, they miss a point where they can do an anchor point. Because the most important thing is being able to consistently evolve within the relationship when you don't. So there's things like that you don't have anchor points. So because you don't have anchor points, for you to actually walk back and try and get this relationship going is almost nearly impossible. So, I'm not saying that you cannot get her back. That's not what I'm saying. So if she's moved out, she's moved in with a friend, it's not sexual, she's not met somebody. Again, having those anchor points becomes important. If you don't have those anchor points, 9 times out of 10, you're better off just leaving them being. It's like, you don't talk about the relationship, you don't talk about them getting back. You be, almost just a good person. Yes, let's talk about the financials, let's talk about the children, and that's it. Business, and ruthless in your approach. And what I'm saying is, when I say ruthless, I'm not saying be mean to that person, because when you become mean, again, if you want to get her back, that's not going to work. So the best way is just talk business, talk shop, you extract yourself from that situation. If she brings up the relationship, like, I think everything that needs to be said has been said. So right now, you've made your decision. I'm respecting your decision. So I'm just need my own space. And this is very important. I think when you stake claim into this situation and you are not a passenger to this situation, it makes you seem like a leader, and it makes you attractive, because then if she wanted you to chase subconsciously, or if she starts evaluating the whole, because she's brought this situation. So if she wanted to communicate that you guys get better, she should have chosen a way that wasn't as destructive, because this can be traumatizing within a relationship. And again, if you get back together, it changes the way you behave around her. So again, one of the most important things is that if you beg her to come back into a relationship and it works, it puts you forever in a very awkward situation, and how you behave in a relationship that is more destructive onto your needs and how you approach the relationship. And therefore it makes it so much harder for you guys to have a happy relationship. So before even getting that person back, you have to stand to claim to the situation, what's going on. So part of it is really not reacting in a way that is you trying to pursue her and trying to get her back. You have to do the opposite. You have to be nice to her, yes, but talk business. If it's about the children, if it's about the financials, and that's it, nothing else. And again, this means that you make sure that you got a haircut. If it means that you can afford, you can get some new clothes, and really just start enjoying life, genuinely enjoying life without her, because again, most guys start pretending to enjoy life without that person so that they can try and lure them back. But again, you have to start almost living life and trying to find happiness outside of that. And what will generally happen is that you, as soon as you start feeling happy, that's what's going to be an attraction trigger. So you attract her back into your life. And a lot of it is kind of like if you're trying to catch a squirrel, you're not going to try and, you're going to try and put a nut, and then you're going to try and get the squirrel to come out of where it is. And, you that's how you start attracting them back into your relationship. Because if you went out there and then you tried to speak, you're not going to speak to her. There's no words that you can use to get her back into to the relationship. So again, if you want to learn more about this, go to www.bedroom.com. You're able to get some training, get a Facebook group link. And if this is your situation, you can DM me on Dead Bedroom Revival on Instagram. And when you can find me there, we can have a conversation. I can map out how you can get your wife back. So hopefully this is helpful. And before I make this, because I could really talk about this for the next few hours, and if this is something that you want me to make a training over, like I said, go to the Facebook group and get, just start communicating with us, and then let me know if you really want to hear some training on this, and then I'll go in depth. I can do a series for a whole week, so like 5 days of just what are the next steps that you need to be doing. So thank you very much for listening. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.